of secrets, which will probably occupy the space right in front of us. Now, if we just drop down, you can kind of see there's a little bit of a problem here. That is the roof, and our staircase goes right through it. So let's take a look at the damage. Yeah. There's a big lump sticking out of the back of it. And you might notice that there's this extra ridge at the back here that wasn't there before. And that works just fine. That's where the staircase literally goes out by one block. And I think it'll be fine as well because it's on the back side where, you know, none of the details are or anything like that. So there'll just be this kind of noticeable block of stone bricks sticking out. And I think it'll be fine. Well, okay then, let's take a plunge. And it ain't so bad, is it? It ain't so bad at all. No one's going to be flying around this side anyway. I think it looks fine. So I'm just double checking that everything is done. For example, the pistons are in place on each of the floors so they can be hooked up to some redstone later on for like a combination lock to get to each of the floors. And I kind of want to just go into a corner over here and try and get a sense of scale of how much building we've done today. Because it's all on the inside of something, you can't really see it all, but that is a lot. A lot going on right there. And I got a whole bunch of chest monsters over here to clean up as a result. Oh, it's been a real grind, but I'm glad it's done now. And we're going to turn our attention to the outside area next. So some of you would have noticed during this episode that my XP level is rather high and it's been rising up, and that's because in between doing our various projects I take the time to come over here and AFK at our emerald farm because some of the hermits have been asking me to stock up the emerald shop. So I wait for all of them to drop, give them a whack, and then the witches should be left alive. I've explained this before, haven't I? Yeah, this means I can just come back here again and continue the raid because it still thinks the raid is going on. Anyway, let's see how many emeralds we got. Yep, look at that. Filled up both chests, filled up my inventory. Absolutely crazy. So my friends, while we were closer to the main Hermitcraft Season 6 island, I thought I'd come back and look at the Christmas area we did last year. To think, Hermitcraft Season 6 has been running for well over a year, and now that it's the month of December, I've been thinking about coming back over in here and finishing up a project. And just looking back at this area, a lot of stuff got finished. This is a really glorious area to explore. However, one of those that didn't was the mini golf project, and apparently there is just some running redstone over here. I think it might have been Mumbo or Doc who built that one right there, but we set up this golf course for everyone to get involved with. A few other hermits chipped in, and then it kind of remained unfinished. Oh yeah, and this building here, we put so much effort into this structure and it ended up looking really amazing, but no one's ever played the miniature golf course because it's not finished. So we're going to put a poll on the screen and I'm going to ask you, do you want to see some episodes where we come back over here and work on this, or maybe it just be a part of a regular episode? Just basically, do you want to see me pick up this project again and finish the miniature golf course? So leave a vote, let me know. You can leave a comment as well. And now I think we'll head back over to the Demise Team Dead Quarters. Of course, there's always something you're going to forget, and after building this dead tree, I remembered, of course, fence posts and fence gates. Fantastic detail blocks to give the tree a feeling of having branches, so had to throw a few of those on. Well, there we go. The topsoil has been disrupted with many types of detail, really giving this a kind of eerie, overgrown fungal look to it. Fungal is my word of choice for these netherwarts and these dark oak saplings. We have one thing left to do, which is why we have that camera account up on the top right. We're going to put in some ice here and create some water streams that are going to flow all the way down to the swamp at the bottom of the front of this thing. So these two water streams will merge right here. And of course, water always flows to the lowest point, so it should find its way into here and then eventually rumble down to the bottom there. So let's go ahead and break the glass, and we can see that in action from beyond and from right next to this place as well. Yep, it's split into both of those water streams, and then it goes over the edge, knocking out the string and the vines that I'd already placed before, but that's absolutely fine, as the water will stop stuff from the side spreading anyway, so that doesn't really matter. So I'm going to break this one here, and then I think what I'd like to do is spread this out a little bit. Scaffolding might just be my friend here. If I place that, we block off the water stream, push it over by one. We can push it over by two more, and then I think we'll call it at that. So if I break this, then all the water flows out the front again, and we've made it wider than it was before, and that looks really, really cool from the camera angle. We have 3 more to do over here, and I'm not sure exactly how they're going to spread out. Let's watch them in action. That one's gone 3 wide, and then this one's connected with the water source next to it. Can we quickly go boom boom like that and break it up? We can, and now we've made it like 5 wide, which was definitely more than I intended, but it's unique. Okay, this one here, down flows the water, around the corner it goes, and down off the side of the glorious floatiness. Yes, that's excellent. I do actually like the way it pops out the front a little bit there as well. Very good. Oh, I can really feel it now. That does add quite a lot. And also there's just a couple of skeletons hanging out the top of the phantom. They're awesome there. They're so spooky. Like, it'd be cool if we renamed them and then they could just stay there forever. So what about the other side? Well, I'm actually going to leave this for our live stream days. It'd be fun to come out here and do some details with suggestions from the audience. And I'm also getting really pressed for time. We want to get this base fully done as quick as we can, and we're changing around the layout on the inside a little bit. I actually met up with Jevin and Impulse earlier to discuss what they're going to be doing inside of here. So now I am going to be adding something right here, a stairwell to a dungeon. So we're actually going to have a basement level down here, and then that gives us access to building in all of this space down below. I, however, will be working on that in between episodes, as I'm a little pressed for time to get this one out. And I do have something a little extra to show you as well. So we're kind of wrapping up the episode here. I'm saying if you enjoyed it, leave a like. As always, thanks for the support. And you'll see a clip of myself meeting up with Jevin and Impulse. I wanted to introduce them to this project, as all of the Demise Hermits are chipping in at the moment, and it's going to be something real special. So you can hang around and watch that, but for now I'll say goodbye and I'll see you in the next one.
It is getting just a little bit cramped though. I mean, there's not really a lot of spots left, and you know, people are building big bases. And
I see. Where
X is around here somewhere though. Oh, there he is. What, you sleeping on the job, man?
you just hang out in your crypt all day long? What's going on here, man?
Well, I was just waiting for you, Impulse, and took a little nap in my coffin, you know. So comfy.
Yes. Sorry about that. It took me a while to find the place. I had no idea it was back here.
But so he was looking for a gravestone, but I kind of realized it's a little bit cramped in here, and I noticed that we have the new Undead Mansion, and I have not seen that at all. I would like to see what's going on.
Well, let's go see it. Yeah, there really isn't too much more space down here, Impulse. I'm sorry. We've been filling up these graves of all these people getting demised.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
So we've constructed this glorious butte in the sky.
This is kind of amazing. I'm not gonna lie. It's got a real kind of like Transylvania type, very vampire-ish feel. Like I feel like there's people in the walls looking at me, possibly. You know what I mean? Like I got that feeling that somebody's watching me while I'm here, and that's perfect for the dead team. I mean,
yeah, that's the vibe we need, because we don't want any intruders coming in here. There may be some people coming to sneak around and look about, but we also need a place to securely hide the secrets of the dead team. All of our plans, who we're going to hit next, trap locations. So this is the spot right here, up in the sky, hard to get to, and very creepy when you come into the inside. So we can
I noticed there's a lot of buttons too that they.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Oh,
some of them may do something eventually, you know. But here's the thing: we got to keep all of these plans top secret. So it's kind of time to like not record.
absolutely.
Okay, so
So-
yeah, we don't want to give any spoilers.
No,
Like,
no.
oops, I'm looking around.
Exactly. We got to keep
Don't
all
look
the
down the hallway,
plans
man.
secret.
All right,
Beautiful.
sounds good, man. So
Yeah.
so we can just make ourselves at home here.
Oh
Yes.
yes, we can. Yes.
Знаю. Давно, и очень много людей просили сделать меня этот агрегат, чтобы спасти, так сказать, души молодого пубертатного поколения. Вдарен, так сказать, здоровым юношеским анонизмом по нездоровой юношеской агрессии. Самый простой и самый распространенный варик сделать жидкую женщину давным-давно гуляет по рунетам, и я бы мог сказать, что это классический DIY-ный гайд, для которого тебе не понадобится практически ни хрена. Все это собирается из палок, веток, шишек и того, что можно найти в собственной квартире. Пачка чипсов. Далее идет несколько вариантов, либо синтепон, который вы можете выдрать из своего одеяла. Либо это может быть поролоновая губка, либо это может быть полотенце. Далее нам понадобится один презерватив. Заворачиваем его в синтепон или в полотенце, или что-то, что
Интересно.
под руку. Помещаем сей агрегат в сосуд и выворачиваем презерватив. В итоге у нас
Сосуд.
получается компактная жидкая женщина, одна штука, втирать в половой член до полного удовлетворения. Но, знаете, что-то, мне кажется, это не очень технологично.
Ладно, это херня какая-то. Этот выпуск не для стрима. Уж точно. Хм. Боньк-боньк. Так, какие тут у нас видео есть? Да, посмотрим.
We remade the Cybertruck in Minecraft, from its sleek new look to its indestructible metal body. But let's skip past the windows for now. But that's only one of 15 recipes we added today.
Херня.
Why am I here? Stop, dude.
Welcome to my world. There's absolutely nothing cursed about this world.
Okay,
I
okay,
swear.
dude. Go ahead. What are we doing? Go ahead. How
We
are
are
we
here
get trolled today?
Playing Minecraft Survival, and you have 10 minutes to find some loot, and then whichever loot you find, we'll fight with, okay?
And then, if I win, I get to tweet something out of your account on Twitter.
Yeah, sure, why not?
What are you saying?
I'm just looking at you. What do you mean, dude? Alright, dude, put down the crafting table. I need it. Let me borrow it.
Working out. I'm working out, bro.
Оп, скушали.
Wait, what?
You. Alright,
Nah,
I need it.
they let my thick booty.
Dude, put down the crafting table. I need it. Let me
I'm
borrow it.
working out, dude. I'm working out, bro. Wait, what?
You found the catch. You found the catch, you dude.
What is it? I don't get it.
This every crafting recipe is wrong.
Oh. Oh! Oh, wow. I'm such an idiot. I was like, wait, what? Oh! Oh! Whoa. At first, I thought this was an empty slot. I thought my items were invisible. And somehow
No.
maybe I want a text back or something. I don't know. What? Dolly, I hate you, bro.
Everything
How am I
is
supposed
wrong.
to get stuff?
You can't.
Wait, what?
There's just nothing we can do. Everything is trees.
Wait.
I don't know what you want.
Wait, where'd you go? I'm not happy. Wait, where'd you
Oh,
go?
I got rabbit stew. Let's go, dude. I got food for days.
There's sugar cane here. New dinner. Wait, that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I
Oh
got
my
food for days,
God.
dude. I got.
I actually hate you. Wait, if I break stuff, okay, it's still, bruh. Where did you go, Donnie? I don't like the.
I've
fact
got
that
so much food. You don't understand, dude.
Stop. Where'd you? Okay, I'm speaking to you.
Уязвимость.
Hi. Wait, what are you doing? What did you do? Stop.
Look,
Show me.
look, I'm holding.
Я от него,
I'll give
наверное,
you
не
that.
смогу
I'll give you
защититься,
one.
да?
There, look.
Hold on. How did you? That's a melon.
Yeah,
Oh
put it in
my
your
God.
crafting recipe, look, and you get rabbit stew. See? See, you gotta use your big brain, dude.
Oh my God. So wait, how do we craft stuff though? Like, how do I? Oh, jungle's different. This is different than
Yeah.
wood.
Okay, I got sandstone. Yeah.
Well, I got a block of
Апофеозис
Oh, you know what we
естественно.
need?
Want that?
We need a flower biome. Daisy.
Why?
How are we gonna
I
get
got
in?
powder. How am I gonna get in? Bruh,
don't know.
stop.
How? I don't know how to get in these. Get away from me, buddy. Get away from me. Get away
Ну,
from
поехали.
Wait, so I'm confused. Are we like teaming together?
No,
or,
we're
like,
PvPing at the end.
Ебоник.
Yeah, you hate me for sure. Ah, dude, watch out, there's traps in here. Dude, I can't see a thing. Oh my
Loser.
god.
Oh, wait. Come on. What's here? Arrows. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but there you go.
Oh my god, dude, I can't see anything. It's too dark
Bro,
in here.
I don't even know. Yeah, I know. I can't see any. Wait, what are these?
They don't do anything.
What did I just? Yes, they do.
They don't do anything. They just get out of it. Come.
No, they did something.
Ouch.
Something happened.
Так,
This is so dumb.
It's
Okay,
so
wait, no,
hard. I told you.
I know. Wait, this is not as easy. Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait.
I thought it was gonna be a lot easier.
Oh,
I got a bowl. I know
Yeah.
what to do with this. Why am I talking out loud? Shut up. Don't.
Wait,
no.
what can you do with the bowl again?
Nothing.
Oh
Of
no, I
course
found all the
nothing.
melons.
No, shut up.
Wait, bowl. What can you do with the bowl?
хм,
Nothing. You just eat the bowl. That's
Oh,
what you do.
yes,
You
okay.
literally eat it.
Alright,
No?
I got blocks, so I can do stuff now.
How? What'd you do?
Wait, we need
Shut
mushrooms,
up,
innit?
dude.
It's mushrooms to get more. There's mushroom stew right here. Nice work, Barley.
Wait, what?
Come on,
Where
mushroom
are
stew.
you? Okay, I'm taking to you again. I don't care.
Stop, dude!
Dude, I need freaking help, man. Oh, wait.
What? Oh!
Oops.
Oh, Bionic, you legend! You absolute legend, dude!
Wait, what
Oh
was
my
it? What was
god!
it?
Don't
Stop,
worry.
stop, don't tell me.
Don't
Hold on,
worry,
where is it? Where is
don't
it? Where is it?
worry.
I need red. Where's the red mushrooms?
Don't worry, dude.
Right?
Give me this!
You need red mushrooms. Wait, I'm so confused. Donnie, you need red mushrooms?
No, you don't need red mushrooms.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
You not?
you do. You do.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say. Oh, wait, stop.
There was one red mushroom, dude. Oh, I'm definitely
Stop.
won this PvP battle.
I hate you so much, bro.
So one. Please.
Mom,
Mom!
Donnie's bullying me.
Oh, stop, please.
Bro, no.
I
hold
can't
on.
have your
You-
mom
how-
hating me.
You actually need, like, red mu- Oh, you do. Oh my god, I hate
You
my
do,
life.
you do. Well, where are you
I
gonna get
swear,
red
Mom,
mushrooms?
черная звезда,
Wanna see what it gives you? I'll even show you, dude.
No, I don't want to.
звездочка.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Polish granite slab? What is that? Okay, look. You ready for this?
No, shut up, dude. I want the red mushrooms myself.
Okay, fine. When you find it, you'll see.
There's no more left. I'm so
There was
done.
only one. There was literally one red mushroom. I just need a crafting table.
Упс,
now,
скушано.
Oh my god, Bionic, stop! He's
I
cheating
wanna-
already. You wanna see what he gives you? I'll even show you, dude.
No, I don't want to. TP me. Actually, yeah, I want to see it.
Polish granite slab? What is that? Okay, look. You ready for this?
No, shut up, dude. I want the red mushrooms myself.
Okay, fine. When you find it, you'll see.
There's no more left. I'm so
There was
done.
only one. There was literally one red mushroom. I just need a crafting table now, essentially. Oh my god, Bionic, stop! He's
I
cheating
gotta-
already.
Oh!
He's
Oh my
cheating.
God. Oh my god. How am I cheating?
I can see.
No, you not see anything.
Oh god.
What else can we craft? It's easy, dude. We gotta use our big brains.
Потерял, ой,
Oh, I know.
одно из 140 карт.
Donnie,
Oh, we wait, flint and steel.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why I keep telling you all these things, bro.
Gravel was close. Oh, there's some gravel here. Oh, there's a slime.
Okay.
Dude, there's a slime.
I killed him. Okay.
Dude, stop.
You
Stop.
stop. You're stealing my idea, bro.
I have a family and kids, Bionic.
I don't care about your family or your kids.
No.
Got it.
Dang it.
Suck my nuts. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay.
What is it? What did you get?
Oh wow, bro.
Oh,
that sucks.
brown stain. Oh god.
That sucks.
I need a crafting table. So okay, we give each other one crafting table, okay?
No. We can't cheat. We have to figure it out.
But it's impossible. We need to figure out what drops crafting tables.
Okay, fine. We each get one crafting
Okay,
table.
if you lose it, it's over.
Alright, it's over.
Okay.
There's a
Flexим.
zombie. Oh my god.
Okay.
There's a cave.
Больше. Баррикада.
What? We mine. Okay.
Oh, do it to yourself, dude.
No.
м,
No.
Oh god. Donnie, protect me.
Oh no, dude. How am I supposed to get away from it? Okay, here we go.
Wait. Hell
Профлексил
no.
просто так.
Dude, I got him.
I'm dead. I'm gonna die.
4.
Wait, how did we get a stick before already?
Опыт его здесь естественным.
Oh, okay.
Why am I helping you?
Alright, shut up.
Oh, of course!
I don't want
I
that.
forgot! I forgot that everything cropping was wrong. Oh my god, dude! We both got diamond.
Iron
dude.
nugget. I know this is so dumb.
This is the worst video idea ever.
Iron sword, that's not worth it at all. Sword, bruh.
Got one
Это
stick,
безумие.
iron door, and iron sword.
Okay, that sucks. I'm confused as to what else I can make here. I don't know.
Сделаем его уязвимым.
I can find more melons, 100%.
Теперь вот так вот.
Yeah, I got some more
Вот
melons.
так вот. И буньк.
Okay,
Gongi go.
Thank you. Give me. Yes. Arigato.
Arigato, say
Oh
man.
my god, I have so
Берсерк.
Okay, wait, so we know the glitch to getting. We know the trick to getting.
Достанем карту.
Oh my god, iron pants, big leather.
Бронька. Флексим.
Wait, what? Leather
Um,
iron pants? Nani?
If you make, try and make iron boots, and look at that scam that is.
Упс.
Try and make iron boots.
300 голды.
Wait, iron boots?
Это маловероятно, что хоть что-то сделает.
What kind of scam is that?
Oh, okay, no, iron doors. Whoa.
Похиляемся.
Yeah?
What's 2x2 in iron? I just got a gold shell.
2 by 2 and iron?
Yeah, that's easy craft.
What?
Yeah, is that even a craft?
Oh,
Берсерк.
It's
Flex.
not an iron trap.
I'm still confused. 2 iron diagonal is a bed.
Шаготов. Эхо.
Okay, bro, this is so confusing.
Херня какая-то.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see this little thingy? Don't ask me.
The Hermitcraft server starting things off outside this guy, the gigantic dragon head in the Sahara headquarters. And I have to say, I still don't fully understand what the Dragon Bros is. You know, it feels like a cult, does it? Okay, nobody seems to be talking about this, alright? And they assure me that it's definitely not a cult, but it feels like a cult, doesn't it? It really does. Anyway, I'm going to try my best not to think about that too much, because otherwise I'll start freaking myself out. Is there any way to exit this thing? I mean, I really do like everyone that's in this little cult. If there was any cult that I would like to be in, it would be this one, okay? Because, you know, everyone seems
Отлично.
cool. But the whole not able to leave without dying thing, I mean, that, you know, that doesn't sit too well with me. Anyway, to start things off in today's episode, we are going to be doing something that's been requested for
72.
months. Yep, many months. I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to do it. I am going to restock iron blocks. Or observers, I can't
Не
remember
в том
which one it is.
порядке.
Now to do this, of course, we are going to need a ton of nether quartz, so it's time to grab a fortune 3 pickaxe and go out for a bit of a mining session. Time-lapse chat time. But before we do that, I mean, I've flown about 2,000 blocks away. I still haven't found any nether quartz. I was kind of relying on finding nether quartz because my elytra is running low. So we could run into a problem here. Thankfully we didn't. Just a couple hundred blocks further along, I took the risk. I decided to fly there, and there were just loads and loads of nether quartz. And the beauty of mending is that for nether quartz mining sessions, you don't have to worry about any durability of your pickaxe, your armor, your elytra, nothing. You are fully repaired all of the time. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that in today's time-lapse chat because there is something very, very exciting happening that you may have seen mentioned in Grian's videos and Iscal's videos, in that we have Sahara merchandise. Okay, people have been asking for Sahara merchandise ever since we created Sahara, and finally we have gone and done it. So
Block.
there's all sorts of different t-shirts and various merchandise items
Berserk.
available. I'll put links to them down in the description if you do want to
Ебошим.
check them out for yourselves. We also have a limited run
of the Bumbo logo Sahara t-shirts as
Bumbo.
well. So you know the little one with the cactus, but it has a mustache and a Bumbo face? Yeah, that is only available for the next couple of days. So if you want it, I would highly suggest picking it up very, very, very soon, because it is going to be going off sale shortly. But I really do hope that you like them. I've got a handful of them myself, and yeah, they're lovely. They're really nice quality. I'm happy with them. I wouldn't be promoting them otherwise. So yeah, enjoy them. That's all I have to say. As you can probably tell, not very good at promoting merchandise, am I? That was I need to work on that. Anyway, nether quartz has been gathered. We've got 1 full shulker box and also a bunch in my inventory as well. This is the stuff that we're going to use to stock Sahara. This is my own personal stash. The only issue is I'm lost. I don't know how to get home. I'm fairly certain the nether portal is towards 0-0, so I'm just going to head in that general direction and hope for the best and not crash into any gas or lava. I just went through here.
Подхилимся чуть-чуть.
Into any ghasts or lava. I just went through here. Oh my goodness. Somebody actually tried to trap me. I just wandered out of there and I somehow did not fall down here.
Плохо спроектировано.
That could have been so close. I wasn't even prepared. I didn't even think about it. I just heard the piston noise. Okay, now I'm nervous. And what's even more crazy is I can see TNT down here. I kind of want to go down there to see exactly what was planned. But man, I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit later. Okay, when I pluck up the courage. Either way, I've disarmed it, so now I should be okay. Oh dear, it looks like the limiting factor for us stocking the observers is actually redstone as opposed to nether quartz. I've only managed to get this many stacks, which really isn't that good. But I have loads and loads of nether quartz left. And the witch farm isn't really fast enough. Do we go out and mine some? I guess we could go fully old school. I mean, we could do an old school. Yeah, let's go old school. You know, the most annoying thing about this gigantic dragon head that I'm wearing is the fact that I don't have any of my underwater enchantments anymore. So I don't have aqua affinity, I don't have respiration, I don't have anything, which makes doing jobs like this very tricky. Look, I forget how fast your water goes down. Or air, I guess it's your air. Yeah, your air goes down. Either way, I'm now successfully set up with a beacon in this area right here. I'm going to load it up with piece 2. And let's do a 1-hour mining session.
It is time.
That means
1 damage.
It is time for a third-person time-lapse. Because to be honest with you, I feel like we haven't been doing enough time-lapses lately. I can't actually remember the last time I did a time-lapse before this video. It feels like it's been absolutely ages. And in this time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you about something really interesting that actually happened to me over the past couple months, I guess you could say. In that I actually landed a job as a director of photography for a production company on a commercial shoot. So the director of photography is the person who is in control of the camera and kind of the creative look visually of a project. Okay, so that's what they do. They're in control of lighting, they're in control of the camera angles, the lenses that are being used and everything like that. Everything that you see on the screen is kind of planned out by the director of photography, the visual style of the piece. And I landed a job as a director of photography on a commercial. I actually just recently released. It was for Haggerty Classic Car Insurance, and it was their Christmas advert. And I gotta say, I'm actually really proud of it. It released. I haven't seen it, which was weird for me because obviously I only shot it. I didn't do any of the editing or color grading and things. And it looks quite pretty. It really. You know what? I'm chuffed to bits with it, to be honest with you. So if you do want to check it out, I'll put all the details down in the description as well. Anyway, let's get back onto the Honeycomb server, now fully equipped with redstone. So now, after multiple hours of work and a bunch of resource gathering, we are finally getting to the point where observers can actually be stocked. I gotta say, observers are crazy expensive, aren't they? They're probably one of the most expensive redstone components. I mean, look at this.
Ужас.
I haven't even got a full shulker box worth, and I've almost run out of redstone again. I was about to say that I definitely drew the short straw here, but I realise now that Iskal stocked every other item in Sahara, so I suppose I'm probably not doing too bad. Oh!
Я хочу сожрать.
I have to be careful. Somebody has filled my water elevator
Отлично.
thing with pufferfish. My base has been compromised fully. It makes me wonder if there's any other traps. Oh my goodness, look, someone's left polar bears in my base to attack. Oh no, that was me. This might just be one of... I mean, it's definitely ridiculous. It definitely gets their attention. It definitely informs them that I have actually stocked the observers. There's something about that face. I don't know what it is. It's just so disinterested.
Flexим.
Oh, I'm 24. I should be laughing at this stuff. Which, by the way, happy birthday to me. It was my birthday on Sunday the 1st. Anyway, with that pressing task now completed and done, there is another pressing task that I really want to work on. Now, it's kind of been on my mind ever since, pretty much since we started building up all of the things for the city, and I've been humming and hawing about what I'm going to do with this area here. Okay, there's a big gap in this space. I said that I wanted to leave a little bit of it open. Originally, I said that I was going to build a boat dock, but I don't think that's quite right. I want to build a building that goes in this area here, and then that will actually finish up the city. So the area around my base will then be fully completed. Obviously, we can still add things to my base here and there. Don't get me wrong, I'm probably going to expand things further. I wouldn't actually mind sprinkling a few smaller buildings out and around this thing, maybe adding some extra beacons as well. But I can't do any of that until I've filled in the final gap. So we need to think of something to build here. We also then need to come up with a shape and then a design for what we're going to do here. So we need to think of something to build here, then think of a design for the thing we're going to build here, and then actually build the thing here. And not to put the afterburners on or anything like that, but we've only got about 5 hours to do it because I'm now recording this on the same day that I hope to release it, which is always absolutely terrifying. I hate doing that, but sometimes you have to because... I was lazy yesterday. Especially as I've just spent around about 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, trying to think of something to build here. I've also been on a run in that time to try and clear my mind. Nothing is coming to my head. I say out of the usual builds and things that we do in my base area, I actually focus on trees and nature. Yes, I am a very, very big fan of this idea. I like the idea of having something slightly different in my base. Whether we turn it into an industrial tree farm or some form of nature reserve, I haven't quite decided just yet. But all I do know is that this is going to be an L-shaped building. And of course it is going to require plenty of cyan terracotta, of which...
Больше энергии.
No.
Удвоим силу.
I mean, I can buy this and then re-dye it.
Блок.
The only problem is it's way more expensive. I need to get 6 more diamonds. Oh, which, by the way, during my mining session earlier on, we managed to get, I think, around about 48. So we didn't do too badly there. Oh, and before you accuse me of stealing, look, this is me putting in the correct number of diamonds. Design-wise, I think I'm just going to freestyle this one. Now, bad things have happened in the past when I have said this, and I mean, I'm not ruling out the possibility of bad things happening today. I mean, I have this idea for a way to build it that I think could end up looking quite cool, which is kind of like these oblongs mixed in with the cyan terracotta and things like that. They're kind of like extended out windows. It's almost like a mix of this design and that design back there, but just a little bit more regular and repeating in terms of its pattern. I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see what happens here. I've almost finished up the front wall, so now let's fly out and take a look at how it's coming together. I've seen it when there's just 2 of them and I thought it looked cool, and I've got to say I think it looks cool now. I'm a big fan of that. So now next up we need to work out what we're going to do with the other walls. I haven't really thought that far ahead. I've come up with another wacky strategy, and it involves extending a lot of this stuff out and then kind of replicating what we have going on, but doing some rotations and having some on different axes and things. I'll explain that in a second. Can you kind of see where I'm going now? So we've got these ones, which are going to be vertical, and they're going to go up and wrap over the top of the roof. And then we've got a few vertical ones on the other side as well, over there. And then we're also going to have some horizontal ones going around this side, right up to this edge. The only issue that I ran into is obviously I built the outline of this thing before I came up with this design idea. And that means that we are going to have this little thing here. But I don't actually think
не имеет смысла не использовать.
Wait and see. Obviously, now that I've told you, it's going to be noticeable. And I'm definitely going to notice it because I know that I did it. but anyone just observing hopefully shouldn't notice. I've just come over to, and they're going to go up and wrap over the top of the roof, and then we've got a few vertical ones on the other side as well over there, and then we're also going to have some horizontal ones going around this side running up to this edge. The only issue that I ran into is that obviously I built the outline of this thing before I came up with this design idea, and that means that we are going to have this little thing here, but I don't actually think it will be that noticeable. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, now that I've told you it's going to be noticeable, and I'm definitely going to notice it because I know that I did it,
28,
but
да?
anyone just observing hopefully shouldn't notice. I've just come over to the concrete maker, and I mean,
Да, Грен.
I mean, really? So it looks like the concrete maker has exploded. Green has fixed it, or at least done his best to fix it. Okay, well, I guess for now I will use the one in the industrial district. I will come by and I will fix this at some point. And I promise it will be soon. This is not going to be like Stock and the Observers, you know? I say it every single time I use one of these things, but they are probably one of the most satisfying machines in Minecraft. What an awesome change it was to introduce TNT actually dropping all of the blocks that it explodes. It also makes a lot of sense. Why was that ever not the case? I'm gonna be honest, this is also fairly satisfying, just waiting for all of the concrete to just pop into my inventory. Also seems to be picking up quite a decent amount of iron as well while I'm sat here. Now we are going to need to make another purchase of terracotta at some point, but I just thought I'd take a look at how this thing is looking so far. Once again, now that we've got a lot of the roof elements in place and we have a lot of the vertical stripes, I guess you could say, vertical horizontal stripes mixed together, that looks cool as. And you really, I mean, and unless you were looking for it, that line really isn't too bad. So I'm happy with that. I feel like we've covered that up quite nicely. But seriously, that looks really cool. That fits in so nicely with all the other builds in the area. That might actually be one of my favorite buildings in the district. I just really like how minimal it is. This is super cool. I'm so pleasantly surprised as I had zero plan. Absolutely none. Which I guess it all makes sense why I built it like this, because if you look at the buildings behind it, I have clearly, very subliminally, taken elements of every single one of these builds and kind of merged it into this one. That is so interesting. I'm listening to an audiobook right now called Blink by Malcolm Gladwell, which is all about this stuff. So I'm acutely aware of it, and still it's happened right before my eyes. And yeah, as you saw, that was me double checking. It is Malcolm Gladwell, and I would highly recommend the audiobook. It's seriously interesting stuff. Another 6 stacks of
бесконечно мы не можем, да?
And another 12 diamonds deposited here. How much does this system cost us? 24 diamonds so far?
Это был мини-стрим.
Goodness me. We're also back over here once again.
Всем спасибо за просмотр. Это было просто такое ночное. Ха-ха-ха.